Greetings, free thinkers. Welcome to the Hoggcast. How are you doing today? I hope you're doing fine. I certainly am. Okay, what do we have for you on today's episode? We have for you just one clip to watch. That's quite a long clip, so we will play it and I will stop it intermittently to make the points I want to make, because it's over 5 minutes long. I won't interrupt it that often though. So this is PV, Project You Know Who. I'm not sure if you're allowed to say their name or not. It goes to show you the sign of the times, doesn't it? Although I think that's changing. So PV do what they do best. Okay, James O'Keefe, good man, respect him a lot. He managed to get into a venue where a Twitter executive was there. The owner actually invited him in, which is why I actually thought this was newsworthy for you to see. Because it goes to show you that there's a lot of people out there, the so-called silent majority, who have they can sense that the time's coming to push back and to bring balance back into society, because wokeness is everywhere and people are fed up with it. But what I find most interesting about this is as soon as the executive sees James O'Keefe, it's like, you know when you turn over a rock in the back garden? In fact, after you've watched this video, go into your back garden and very quickly turn a rock over. When you do that, you'll find all the cockroaches go phew. Yeah, they just away from the sunlight. This is what we see with Project Veritas when they interview or even attempt to interview leftists, Democrats, activists, lobbyists, executives. They know they're doing wrong. Project Veritas knows they're doing wrong. We certainly know they're doing wrong. And they know that we all know it. But so long as they don't get held accountable, it doesn't seem to affect them too much. That's why we need accountability and transparency. And Project Veritas is the vehicle for that, I think. And I know they've proven it. So let's get into the video. If you haven't yet though, please like the video, subscribe to the Hoggcast, hit the notification bell and share the video around. Also have a membership scheme which you can join. There's a membership button next to the sub button. I have 9 amazing, beautiful members who honour and humble me, and I am just so thankful that they continue to engage with me in our quiet little corner of the internet. Okay, let's go.
Are you live? You're live now?
You want me to hold it? Up and
Yes.
down?
Ready? No, we're gonna do it live.
So that's the owner. That guy's the owner. He's actually helped them locate or let them know he's there.
Yes, this is James O'Keefe, Project Veritas. I'm outside the stand-up comedy club in New York City. I'm pursuing a Twitter subject executive who is mocking Elon Musk here. Mocking Elon Musk with videotapes, a whole series of Twitter exposés that are going to go public. I interacted with him a few blocks away. He went into an all-out sprint into this comedy club where this Twitter person that we have on hidden camera is hiding in the audience. The owner of the comedy club came out and told me that he is a fan of Elon Musk, the owner is, and invited me to go on stage. I'm not making this up. This is not an undercover thing. This is actually happening in New York City. I'm about to go on stage with a videotape of this Twitter executive and confront him. Here we go.
How awesome is that? Yeah, it all just folds together, doesn't it? In that beautiful way that karma tends to do. Karma does that, yeah. And the left have played a very good game over the last generation, slowly and steadily chipping away at everything conservative, everything traditional, right? And you've backed us up to our front doors. I mean, even our kids, yeah. I don't need to go into it. I'm sure you know exactly what I'm talking about. The ideology. When you've pushed someone back to the wall, the only direction they've got to go, and I'm talking ideologically here, I'm talking culturally, is back in the opposite direction, yeah? Pendulum swinging.
This is live. This is not planned. I'm following this Twitter person. He's sitting in the audience. All right, here we go. Where am I going? Oh, there he is. He's turned around. He's turned around. He's coming out. Hello there. Hi. Actually, we're going to start again. In New York City. Here you are, mocking special needs.
rock cockroach.
You have already talked to us, sir.
Careful, James.
Don't jaywalk. You are mocking Elon Musk's Asperger's condition. You are saying...
So that was quite quiet. In case you didn't hear that, James O'Keefe was putting it to him about his tweets and his comments in which he mocked Elon Musk for having Asperger's. Yeah. By the way, people with Asperger's usually are very gifted people, especially when it comes to technology, when it comes to science, when it comes to computers especially. They're actually very gifted, I've found, in that direction. And it's no coincidence Elon Musk is where he is. Oh, and by the way, as an aside, I just want to say that I think Elon Musk's mum, May, I think she's a wonderful woman. I think Elon and May, mother and son, are just so wonderful. And I normally dislike elites. I do dislike them. I don't trust them at all. People in his bracket, but him I trust, and his mum.
Don't walk in traffic.
You're good. You're good.
Now, one of the things that you said, that Twitter prefers ideology over preference. That's your words. You're on your camera. My question for you is, what is Twitter's ideology? What is Twitter's ideology? Would you like to see yourself on tape?
So you can hear the sirens going by every 2 seconds. It's New York, yeah.
Talking about
Guys, Gavin got it straight.
he's going in zigzags here.
Stay to the left.
He's so bamboozled, he's like in the road. Yeah, he's like running, like PV said, zigzagging in the road. Just...
Literally, you really are. So I can't take what you're saying seriously, Elon Musk, because you're special. Because you're special. Twitter executive is walking into traffic. He's going back and forth.
That is how desperate he is to avoid accountability. Yeah. You see, people like him, they don't think they owe you anything. They're the users of Twitter, right? He is going to be someone who is in a position, this is the Twitter executive, who he's going to be in a position where he is vastly overpaid. Vastly overpaid. It's been known for a long time that Twitter isn't really profitable. Okay, one of the main reasons for that is just the absurd salaries that they pay themselves. They pay themselves all this money, they sit around in their woke offices and they just smell their own air. Air, you know what I'm saying, and they swill their wine glasses around. They've got like a selection of like the world's most expensive wines, and they talk about how Republicans are this, conservatives are that, you know, and times are changing now, and this is what happens he is a person who is realizing in real time that things aren't going to be like that at Twitter anymore.
He's got into a cab. He's got into a cab.
I'm sorry to interrupt again so quickly. That is the difference between left and right. For a start, he is, of course, a journalist, a real one, and I'm talking about James O'Keefe here. But if you notice that as soon as he got into the cab, he left him alone. He stopped. He didn't continue to ask him questions. He didn't shout at him. He didn't grab at him. He didn't pull at him. He didn't stand in front of him to block his way. He didn't stand in front of the cab to block its way. The left are different. They would have mobbed him like 10 on 1 if it was leftists following, I don't know, like James O'Keefe, for example. They would have done all kinds of unspeakable things to him with the intention of humiliating him on camera. But because it's James O'Keefe trying to interview a left-wing Twitter executive, none of those things happen because it doesn't. It only goes one way.
Woo! That was crazy. That was crazy. He literally sprinted to the comedy club, goes on stage into the
the fact it's just such a it's such a sign of the times, isn't it, that a woke leftist runs into a comedy stage and then runs out again. It is symptomatic of the clown world that the woke have foisted onto us. Yeah.
Comedy club. The owner invites us, and then when he go on stage, he comes out.
Right.
And who are you?
We're
Videographers.
Yes.
Okay.
Nice to meet you, sir.
James. Okay.
Marcus.
Marcus. Are you guys on do videos? Wow. Well, we just followed this Twitter executive around the streets of New York after he was caught on tape in a hidden camera sting mocking special needs people. Big things coming. Secret emails within Twitter leaked to Project Veritas from this man. Talking about Project Veritas groups right now active in social engineering tactics.
You see this here. This is why I'm smiling, because this is something that the mainstream media will never show you. These two guys here, African American men, aren't with James O'Keefe. Well, you don't need me to tell you that. You just heard them yourself, right? They're videographers. They were just, I should imagine they were nearby, or they were probably in the comedy club. I'm not sure. But look, instead of them being at James O'Keefe's throat, even though they are likely Democrat voters, they're keeping an open mind. Now, this is something that the mainstream media won't show you. They won't show you this. Had they have thrown milkshake on James O'Keefe or done something like that to humiliate him, it would be on BuzzFeed, it would be on Vice, it'd be all over the place. Yeah, but because look at how friendly this situation is. Guy on the right, independent journalist. Two guys that I presume, I don't know for sure, of course I could be wrong, but I imagine they're on the left. And instead of being at each other's throats, he is showing them the findings. Yeah, civil.
Not disclose confidential information to Project Veritas reporters, and then he proceeds to disclose confidential information.
Where'd he go?
Hey, there's the owner of the comedy club.
You left? You ran away?
He got into a cab and ran away. I was ready to go on stage live. What happened?
He wouldn't go.
He wouldn't go.
I asked him. He said,
You say he was interested. So, there you have it, everyone. It's an unbelievable torture.
You can barely hear it.
So you're a fan of Elon Musk?
yeah, I'm a huge fan.
Huge fan?
Yeah. It's amazing what he's doing. Yeah.
So that's the owner of the comedy club, and like he said, he thinks it's amazing what Elon Musk is doing. This is what I mean. If you didn't hear in one of my earlier segments, when I stopped and paused it, I love not only Elon Musk, but his mother, May Musk. I think she's amazing. I think she's there are certain people that, and Donald Trump's another one of these. Elon Musk, May Musk, and Donald Trump's one of these. They have like an aura. It's like an invisible aura. It's hard to describe it, but it's like there's something there with them. Yeah, a presence, right? A good one. And May Musk and Elon Musk have that, and Trump as well. But other people are noticing it. Other people are noticing it as well, right? You can, when you have a room full of bad hearts or malignant presences, it only takes one decent heart, and I use the word decent, not pure, because I don't necessarily believe that anyone's pure, right? And that includes myself, right? But you don't have to be pure to be decent. That's where the Musks come in. Okay, so we'll stop it there because now they're just having a friendly chat and it's hard to hear them because of the traffic in the background. So that was a Twitter exec that I likened to an insect. That I'm not saying he's an insect. What I'm saying is, the left, when they encounter transparency, you always see this. They run off. They disappear. Now, it's so indicative. Look what's happening at the moment at the justices' homes. Yeah, the left have gone out there. They graffiti everything. They're attacking churches. They are desecrating church property with graffiti and vandalism. Okay, they turn up about 50 to 1 to intimidate. And then we have the Conservatives. He didn't go to his home. He approached him in a public place, wanted to talk. He didn't bar his path. He didn't attack him. He didn't graffiti anything of his person. I mean, the guy might have been intimidated, but the guy from Project Veritas, James O'Keefe, he wasn't setting out to do that. He was setting out just to talk to him. Yeah. And the exec was probably more intimidated by the consequences of his own action than he was by James O'Keefe, right? That's the difference between left and right. One of many. Anyway, I'll leave it there. Let me know what you guys think about this in the comment section below. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.